chief guest, we know that he has a very busy schedule. After announcing our budget, this is a very busy time of the year.
Today, of course, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank the organizers for the competition. As you know, sports plays a very pivotal role in ensuring not only camaraderie and friendship, but also a lot of discipline. It also helps us, of course, in mitigating some of the risks we have with NCDs. We have one of the highest rates of diabetes in the world. Unfortunately, just on Thursday before the budget, a cousin of mine passed away from Korotomo. He was only 18 months older than me, but he died because of diabetes. And so it leads to things like kidney failure, and you have a lot of people who have amputations. So we all have to be very mindful of that. So when you're actually going and playing a netball game, when you're playing rugby or you're playing football or soccer, you're actually not only playing for a team, but you're also helping yourself. And when you encourage other people to follow suit, then you actually know that you have become an ambassador for NCDs or getting rid of NCDs. It's very, very important for us to understand that. It's very important because nearly 50% of our population today is below the age of 27. And, many of us as young parents or even young people, we love the idea of drinking all the sweetened drinks. We just see that as a way of, hydrating yourselves. Please drink water. Don't drink all the sweetened drinks because you may think you're fit now, but when you develop the taste for sweetness, you'll actually continue that as you get older. And it's a big, big problem in Fiji today. We have a high rate of obesity. Look around, when you walk downtown, see how many people are actually overweight. So these things do matter. Of course, we have been through the budget, as you know, we made a number of announcements. And the focus we've had on the budget is on families. So we have the contestants, it's something for you to note. We've now increased the number of weeks that you can have on maternity leave. It used to be 84 weeks, it's now 92 weeks. We've increased it by 2 more weeks. We have also for the first time introduced a payment for mothers who earn less than $30,000 a year, families who earn less than $30,000 a year. We give you $1,000 on the birth of the child. But there's a condition attached to it. The condition is that you must register the child first with the birth, deaths and marriages. About 5-6 years ago, we sent out a team of people throughout Fiji. There was something like 65,000 Fijians who did not have birth certificates. Some of them like 40, 50, 60 years old, they went through their entire life without a birth certificate. So we must ensure that as soon as your child is born, you get the small card from the hospital, then you must take that and register them. Once you register them, then they're all in the system. We know who they are. We'll exactly know how many people have been registered, how many people have been born. And then once you get the card, you get the birth certificate, we then open an account for you in the bank. And in the bank, we put $1,000. And the person who can take the money out of the account can only be the mother. Unfortunately, if the mother has passed away, then it can go to the next, the guardian, whoever is the guardian. Could be the father, could be the grandparents, whoever is the legal guardian. So that $500 is then used by the mother for the upkeep of the baby. They may want to buy baby food, diapers, whatever the case may be, because many families need assistance. The second $500, you actually don't get to touch until the child goes into class 1. And that's one way of savings. And in fact, one of the mistakes that came out was that it said that the account will be in the mother's name. In fact, the account will be in the child's name, but the mother can withdraw the funds. So when the second $500 can only be used when the child actually goes into class 1, because you may need the money to, buy sandals or whatever the case may be. But in the meantime, because you have the account in the child's name, you encourage savings. Because, for example, how we have a big celebration when the baby turns 1. A lot of family members, they come, they give money. So that could incentivize the parents and say, okay, let's take the money and put it in the child's account. And the account will actually earn interest also. So in that way, we're encouraging savings. That's where we are actually helping families too. The other important point, of course, is one of the major things that we announced as far as the families are concerned. We've now also said that all employers need to give their staff, the fathers of any child, 1 week paternity leave. So a father is now entitled to get 1 week's paternity leave if the partner or the spouse is pregnant and when she gives birth. So in that way we're helping the fathers to actually focus. Many fathers don't know how to change diapers. We want them to change diapers. Many of them don't participate in the rearing of the child. So this is one way of focusing them to actually participate in the birth of the child, the rearing of the child. We've also allowed for 1 week what we call family care leave. We've seen so many times people, for example, a couple may be working in the hotel, or somebody's working in the hotel, and somebody falls really ill, or the parents need looking after, or your child suddenly has an accident. So in order for you to stay at home with them, you actually need to take part of your annual leave. So what we are saying, that there should be 1 week dedicated to that particular need. So in that way you get paid 5 days off work if you need to use that particular leave for looking after family members. I think it's very good. We've obviously researched this quite a lot. When staff feel that they get the right holidays, they also become more productive. Because when people start missing work, it's what you call, it raises absenteeism. There's a number of other initiatives we've done. One of them in particular for young people is very appropriate. We've increased the number of scholarships for you to go to university. We've now increased, of course, a lot more funding for TELS. We've also created creating Wi-Fi hotspots all around Fiji. So, for example, in Suva it will be Sukuna Park, My Suva Park. In Sigatoka it will be around the bus stand area. In Nandi it will be Korevula Park, Shirley Park in Lotoka, bus stand area around Ba. In these places, what will happen in the next couple of months will increase the bandwidth and the speed in these areas. So when you take your phone, if you put it onto Wi-Fi, you'll be able to get much faster speeds. Now every day for 1 hour you'll get free Wi-Fi. So you can go there and you can download stuff, you can watch things, you can contribute on Facebook. For 1 hour it'll be free, but you have to log on. Use your phone, you log on, and once you get on there for 1 hour it's free. Day after you pay for it. But in those areas the speed is much faster and the bandwidth is much bigger, so you can download things and you can upload things. So that's one of the things we've created, because obviously it's very important for us to get into the electronic age. ATM cards. When you go and use your card, the ATM card, now if you, for example, go to one of the supermarkets and you say buy $20 worth of groceries, when you use your card, they charge you 50 cents. From the 1st of Jan, there won't be any fee. We've got the banks to agree to that. There won't be any fees whatsoever. And then we're also helping the merchants on the other side to pay less fees. In that way, we want you to use more of your card, because that way we're better, track of how money is being spent. We also keep money within the banking system, and they'll help us overall. So a number of other initiatives have been done, but of course I'd like to round off by saying how much money we've contributing to the sporting organizations. We've allocated over $10 million for the Fiji Sports Commission that actually helps individual organizations, including rugby, football, judo, karate, various other sporting events, including of course netball. So whenever there's national competition, all those organizations actually assisted. I'm quite happy to obviously take a look. Any questions if you may have heard anything in the budget, I'm quite happy to do that. I'd like to thank, of course, Aunt Emilia, as we all call her, for organizing these things. They're not very easy. I also want to be able to say that this creates a lot of camaraderie, a lot of community spirit. It's very important. We need to obviously get more teams to come on board. I'd like to, of course, make a small contribution, which I'll give to you afterwards. But I wish you all the best. Please play to your best. Don't fight with each other. You all believe for let's show a lot of sports womanship and manship. And I wish you all the best. Vinaka, thank you.